1 West High Street in downtown Waynesburg. At First National, you're first with us. In Waynesburg, the rec center. This is John Loper along with Frank Gissick, where tonight the Yellow Jackets play their next to last regular season game as they host the Highlanders of Houghton College from the small hamlet coming in here on a real roll, 9th in the nation in the NAIA, 22-1 overall, 14-0 in District 18. This Houghton team is new in the district this year, and they're getting quite an introduction. Last year they played in a Christian college conference and had a very respectable 19-10 record. This year they're first in District 18. They come in here with a 5-19 overall record. They are 2-11 in District 18 and are hopelessly out of the postseason playoff picture in the district. They are led by a coach named Dave Jack, a very personable young man who is now in his 6th year as the head coach of the Highlanders, and Frank Gissick is with him now.
I'm here this evening with the head coach of the Houghton Highlanders, and that's David Jack. David, maybe not successful year in win-loss, but you've been around the league and got to see a lot of different places, didn't you?
We sure have, and this is one that we have been looking forward to coming to as well.
Well, you know that Waynesburg, of course, is number 9th in the national ranking, and of course your team unranked and out of the playoff picture. Is that correct?
That's correct. We're one of these teams that started out the year with a lot of young players, and we certainly could say we've been in a rebuilding stage. I think we've got 2 or 3 kids out of this group that are going to help us in the future. If we can put together 2 or 3 good recruits, I think we can be in the middle of a good race next year.
Now, in late January, the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets came up to visit you in Houghton, New York, and you got to see them play. What was your thoughts about after that game was over?
They were what we expected. They're a high-powered ball club. They're well-coached. They've got a lot of balance, a lot of speed. They run, they shoot, play good defense, and that's the reason they're ranked the way they are.
Coach, in your player, can you single out some of the players we can look for tonight that will be highlighted from the Houghton team?
Well, of course, there's Josh Merrill, who is one of the top scorers in the district. He's a 5'10 junior guard, and he's been averaging about 19 points a game. He did not have a good game up at our place against Waynesburg. That was partly due to, I think, some good defense on Waynesburg's part against him, but he had an off night there, and we're hoping that maybe he'll have a little better showing here tonight. We've got another young freshman, and has just really been getting his feet wet this year, and we're real high on him and have high hopes for him in the future.
And Coach, you had to make quite a trip. You're coming down to play Waynesburg. This is Thursday evening, and on the schedule it says St. Vincent Saturday night. So where would your lodging be, and how are you going to take care of this trip?
Well, fortunately, we've got a 2-day off of school right now. We're in what we call February break, so there are no classes either Thursday or Friday. We drove down this morning, and we're staying up at a new Sheraton Inn here north of Pittsburgh, which is just having its grand opening. They gave us a real nice deal, and in fact, cheaper than what we probably could have got at most places. And so we're enjoying ourselves facility-wise and looking for a good weekend of basketball.
That's a great commercial for the Warrendale Sheraton Inn, which is on I-79 north of Pittsburgh and south of Erie. So it's kind of in the middle between the two. And you will be playing Saturday night against St. Vincent, who just lost a tough game to LaRoche, and that was a kind of a major minor upset. LaRoche playing very well. St. Vincent maybe looking ahead a little bit.
Well, yeah, you could call it an upset, I think, in some ways. At this time of the year, you know, teams that have the type of athletes that are on both the LaRoche team and the St. Vincent team, anything can happen, and that's the thing I see in both Waynesburg, LaRoche, St. Vincent. They're loaded with athletes, and they're quick, they're intelligent players, and those type of players make it very tough to play against.
Well, Coach, your starting lineup tonight for the Houghton Highlanders.
We'll be starting Merrill at one guard, Jim Levenis, junior, at the other guard, Billy Greenway, a senior, at the forward, with Chad Olson and Darnell Lyles filling out the 5.
Okay, thanks for your time, Coach David. Jack, good luck to you and the Highlanders here at Waynesburg this evening. On Tuesday Park, I guess you've heard all the accolades and the things that have happened. You had 2 days to think about it. Have you come up with anything different in your thoughts?
I think that we're fortunate. I think that we're very fortunate to be 22-1, and I assure you, though, that's not keeping us, from trying to get better. Most of our guys viewed 2 games last night on local TV, our Alliance game and our Point Park game, and I gave each a chance to tell me what they saw that surprised them as far as weak play on our part. And unfortunately, we accrued quite a few things on the blackboard, and we addressed those points in pregame. We have them on paper now to run off and address next week and getting ready for the playoffs. So we're still striving to get better.
Well, looking at replays and everything, it gives you a much better chance to analyze your ups and downs, but rebounding really was a cruncher, where Point Park statistically rebounded you. What was the difference in there? Was it positioning, or were they just after the ball a little more than you fellas?
I'm not real sure. I was concerned before the game that our wings were going to leave early on the fast break, and I thought that was happening. However, ironically, Darren Walls, one of the wings, was high with 8 rebounds, and Puskar had 6. We still think they left too early on the break instead of staying in there and doing the tough work on the boards. We look at it like they could have 10 or 12 in that particular game. So that's one thing. We worked fairly hard the night before in practice, and my assistant coaches thought maybe we took a little bit out of their legs, and I guarantee I'm going to be careful of that from this point on. So I don't know. And Point Park ranks high in the district. Condo and Randolph are among the top 5, I think, in high rebounders. So combination of all those things, they put it to us on the boards, and I didn't like that at all.
Of course, the big surprise, and no one could say this was going to happen, was Darren Walls just taking the ball and says, "I'll take it, coach," and put it in the hole for you. And also Hogue in the last 8 minutes, putting 8 points in. Big play from both the men. Hogue and Darren Walls.
Well, that shouldn't be a surprise to us, because we've been, watching Darren develop and become an excellent player, an excellent leader, and almost everybody now recognizes freshman Darren Walls. I did say Hogue first, right? Hogue's come on as a leader, an exceptional player, and freshman Darren Walls only took a couple games to establish himself. So it's not a surprise to me that either would grab the bull by the horns and rescue the game for us.
Well, that one's over, and the Houghton team's here tonight. The Highlanders travel from New York. They're staying overnight. They have to play St. Vincent on Saturday, and perhaps even playoff time. All kind of contingencies. I was talking to the coach. So it might be a 4-night stay for them, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night at the Sheraton up at Warrendale. And what kind of team is this, and could they pose a threat to you?
Frank, you were with us when we made that trip up to New York. I'm glad they're here instead of us traveling 6 hours up to them. But they played Point Park to a 7-point game the other day, and they're going to hold the ball. They're going to be very conservative with it. We're just going to try our best not to let them hold it and sharpen our game up. As I said, we're going to keep trying to get better, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, your starting lineup tonight for the Yellow Jackets.
Well, it hasn't changed, and I hope that's a positive factor. We have Darren Walls and Tim McConnell out front, and Rick Puskar, and underneath Rob Montgomery and Theron Hogue.
Good luck to you and the Jackets here at College Gym this evening.
Frank, can I say one more thing?
Sure, go.
Just for our fans to understand, this Sunday the District 18 Executive Committee meets at Point Park College to discuss the playoff format. So it'll be Sunday that we'll all know who we meet, probably next Friday night, February 28th, for the first round of the playoffs.
Okay, thank you, Rudy.
Well, the team that they made will be the team that finishes 8th. That's the way I have it figured out anyway, and that looks like it probably will be Pitt Bradford. So it's not official yet. Don't bet the house, but it's a pretty good bet that it's going to be Pitt Bradford here on Saturday night, just 2 nights from now, and then they'll have to come back down here less than a week later on Friday night to meet Waynesburg in the first round of the District 18 playoffs. So the stage is set. Waynesburg 22-1, 14-0 in the district, 9th in the nation, against the Highlanders of Houghton, 5-19, 2-11 overall. These two teams met back on the 30th of January. Waynesburg a 99-70 winner at Houghton, New York. That's our pregame coverage brought to you before every Waynesburg College Yellow Jacket broadcast by First National Bank and Trust Company, where they remind you you're first with us. Now, stay tuned for Yellow Jacket basketball. Coming up next, Jack, the 6-year head coach there. They will start at the guard, Jim Levinas, a junior, 5'11", from Deptford, New Jersey, a junior college transfer. He's listed as a junior on the roster in his first year at Houghton, but a man who can score. He scored 20 points against Waynesburg in the first encounter this year. The other guard will be the man Frank spoke of just a few minutes ago, also a junior, 5'10", from Addison, New York, Josh Merrill. Along the back line, Darnell Lyles, a junior, 6'2", from New York City, Bill Greenway, a senior, 6'1", from Houghton, and Chad Olson, a freshman, 6'9", from Shrewsbury, New York. Frank also spoke with him, 6'9", tallest man the Yellow Jackets have had to play against in District 18 this year. The only guy taller is that 7-footer for Point Park that never plays, and so please don't ask me his name. Now, for the Yellow Jackets, the starting lineup, as it has been all along ever since this winning streak began, which is now looking to stretch to 15 if the Jackets can win here tonight. Tim McConnell, the point guard, leading assist man in District 18 with 12.5 a game. Also 4 steals to go along with 9 points a game. The off guard, Darren Walls, the freshman from Peabody High School in Pittsburgh, leading scorer on the team at 17.2 a ball game. Also 4 rebounds to go with that. On the back line, the big rebounder, Theron Hogue, 14.3 points and 8 rebounders a game, 8 rebounds a game, leading rebounder on the team. And Rick Puskar, the other wingman on the fast break, 12.7 a ball game, 4 rebounds a game, shooting 64% from the floor this year. And the center, Robbie Montgomery, another freshman, 8.4 points a ball game, 5 rebounds a ball game. So the starting lineups have been introduced to you. Now they're being introduced to this crowd, which is still coming in, and a rather large crowd, as we expected. Not near capacity, nowhere near it. Plenty of room for you if you're sitting at home or in your car and thinking of coming over. There's still time probably to get here before the ball game really gets underway at College Gym in Waynesburg. Next to last regular season game of the year, the final regular season game, final tune-up before the playoffs will be coming up this coming Saturday night. As we await the start of the ball game tonight, let's take a 2-minute timeout for these messages, and then we'll be back with the start of the game in 2 minutes.
Gee, Sarge, this new satellite system is great.
Even further, if they can win the next 2 games, and the final season poll comes out on Monday, due to the fact that there have already been 3 upsets with the teams ahead of Waynesburg in the rankings. Number 1, number 6, and number 8 have all fallen so far this week since the last ranking came out. So a golden opportunity for Waynesburg to move into the District 18 playoffs in excellent shape as far as the top 20 is concerned. Okay, the Yellow Jackets set to go. Jumping center will be Chad Olson, the big 6'9" freshman for Houghton, and Robbie Montgomery for the Yellow Jackets, and Rich Ryan set to toss it up. We're just about set to get underway. Opening tap is controlled by Waynesburg. Theron Hogue picks it down at midcourt, goes to McConnell in full court. Baseline drive, McConnell, he throws it up, no good. Collision underneath and a foul called. We're going to get a call against Waynesburg, I believe, on the charge.
Tim McConnell tried to take it in. He put the move on the baseline, pick up a charge.
Took 6 seconds for Jackets to pick up their first foul of the basketball game. Now some backcourt pressure by Waynesburg, and Houghton still in backcourt. Pitch and catch between Merrill and Levitas. Now they break it down along the baseline. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Hogue, Waynesburg. Outlet McConnell, fast break on the wing to Puskar. He pulls up and pops, good.
Rick Puskar, tremendous shot on the move, and Rick also deflected that shot. John's first block shot was right there. That's
all right.
1.
Again, full court pressure by the Yellow Jackets. The big guy handling in near midcourt. They break it. Into forecourt comes Levinas. Goes down the lane, pulls up at the foul line, dishes off baseline, jumper up, no good. Rebound Montgomery. Outlet to McConnell for Waynesburg. Jackets on the run. Top of the key, McConnell, baseline, dish off, Puskar, jumper, no. Rebound Montgomery, and he loses it out of bounds. It'll be Waynesburg's ball. They say knocked it out of bounds by Houghton. Rob Montgomery battling underneath there for the basketball with Darnell Lyles, and Lyles lost.
Houghton giving the rebound up, trying to protect the fast break.
Jackets inbounded to Montgomery as he turns and fires. Ball goes flying. Robbie fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
Josh Merrill picks up the personal on a hack.
So we got our first free throw of the basketball game with still 19:09 left to go in the first half. So we've used less than a minute. And here's Rob Montgomery at the line to shoot 2. Montgomery, a 66% free throw shooter on the season, makes the first, and he can give the Yellow Jackets a 4-point lead in the early going. If he puts the second one through, it's on the way, and it's good. So Montgomery joins Puskar in the scoring column. Jackets lead by 4. Houghton has yet to score, and a steal by Waynesburg in backcourt to McConnell, to Hogue. Jumper in and out. Rebound is loose, and Houghton comes up with it. They clear it in midcourt to Merrill, and he loses it out of bounds. Long pass to Merrill at midcourt. Had to go high into the air for it, and the 5'10 junior couldn't come down with a handle. Lost it right in front of us at midcourt. And the Jackets get it back.
The steal was by Theron Hogue that time. He tipped it to McConnell.
McConnell into forecourt, goes to Hogue in the corner right side. Theron brings it back outside around the horn. McConnell, jumper from the side, too long, no good. Rebound, Puskar. He turns, he fires, he's hacked. Shot did not go down, but going to the line to shoot 2 will be Rick Puskar.
Well, the Jackets are on the offensive boards. The big man picks up the personal foul. Chad Olson his first, Key second.
Well, you know, Frank, one of the few times this year the Jackets actually enjoy a height advantage underneath, with the exception of Olson. The Jackets are taller across the back line than are the Highlanders. And Puskar puts the first up. Second one on the way, and it too is perfect, and the Jackets lead by 6. And again, the full court pressure. The Highlanders inbounded in backcourt to Greenway. Greenway looking for somebody to get it through. They trap him at midcourt, loses his dribble, but retains as he goes over the timeline. Now dishes it off to Merrill. Merrill through a trap, pulls up, in trouble, goes high post to Olson. Olson down low, baseline, a drive by Greenway, shot up no good. Rebounds out of bounds. It'll be Highlander basketball.
And a new shot clock. The Highlanders having their own way right now with the offensive boards.
Houghton inbounds it, and it's knocked away. They're on Hogue there to reject it into the stand, so they'll try it all over again. Jackets lead 6-0 early in the ball game. We've used about 2 minutes of the game. Highlanders inbounded deep into the corner to Lyles. Lyles a baseline drive and a scoop shot up and good. Nice athletic move by Darnell Lyles. And it's a 6-2 basketball game. Here's Waynesburg into forecourt. McConnell pulls up as he crossed the timeline. Backpedals a little bit. Now sets it in motion. Right side to Puskar. In the lane to Walls. Walls has it stripped as he starts down the baseline with a drive. It goes flying out of bounds. It'll be Waynesburg's ball under their own hoop.
That was an offensive set that time. Work it to Walls on the baseline, but a good defensive play by Houghton.
Inbound Hogue. Turnaround jumper. No! And the tap goes to Hogue on the rebound. He turns. He fires. It's no good off the heel. Rebound Olson for Houghton. He clears it in backcourt to Lyles. Jackets there with 2 shots, point blank range. None of them would go. Neither one would go down. And now Houghton has a chance to come back within 2 if they can score this possession. Levenis brings it into forecourt, directs some traffic. They're spread out with Levenis on the right and Merrill over there on the left, the 2 guards. And now Levenis just standing back there with a dribble. Waynesburg's going to have to come out and play defense.
They did this at Houghton in New York. They did the same thing, John. Hand on hip, and they lost big up there, too, doing it.
Little 4 corners, almost kind of an offense as they go deep into the corner. Now back outside to Merrill. They started in motion to Odom in the corner. Back Olson, that is. Back outside to Merrill. Bounce pass again, goes deep into the corner to Greenway. Stolen away by Waynesburg. Cleared ahead to McConnell. Here comes the fast break. Behind the back, up and good by Hogue. McConnell dished it off to Hogue without even looking. Timmy's going down the lane. Trailing him is Theron Hogue. Timmy just flipped it over his head and T converted. It's an 8-2 basketball game. Houghton jumper up and good by Josh Merrill. 8-4 is the score. As the Jackets cruise into forecourt, they go to Puskar on the baseline. He's stripped of the basketball as he tries to drive the baseline and go up with a scooper. It's out of bounds, but Waynesburg retains possession.
2 good defensive plays by Darnell Lau on the baseline, stopping Puskar from penetrating.
The Jackets inbounded. Puskar jumper in and out. Rebound taken by Houghton, pulled down by Olson. The big guy clears it in backcourt to Levenis. He brings it into forecourt, pulls up at the foul line. Now backpedals near midcourt, and from the point sets it in motion on the left side. Merrill. Now again, hand on hip. This time it's Merrill over on the left side. As Houghton's content to just stand around. Jackets just standing back into their zone, waiting something to happen. Shot clock continues to go. 20 seconds left on the clock as Houghton now puts it into play. And it's Merrill moving top of the key. They go deep into the corner to Greenway on the left side. He fakes down low, cross court to Levenis. Levenis starts in the foul line. Trapped there and stolen away by Waynesburg. Long pass ahead to McConnell on the break. Lays it up. No good. Rebound Houghton and a foul called on Darren Walls for Waynesburg.
On the rebound, McConnell tried an almost impossible shot. Didn't go in, and Darren Walls on a rebound follow, fouling.
That'll be team foul number 2 on Waynesburg. Houghton also with 2. Jackets lead by 4, 8-4, 15:57 left to play in the first half. So again, Houghton just trotting it over the timeline. And as they get into forecourt now, the Jackets come out with a half-court trap, and they're bothered by it. They post it up high to Lyles, but he almost loses his dribble. Now passes off, and again, the 2 guards, Merrill and Levenis, go to work with Levenis over on the left side. Back over it goes into the lane to Lyles. He loses it, picked up by Walls for Waynesburg. Ahead to McConnell. Here comes the fast break behind the back, Rob Montgomery, and he loses it going down the lane, and Houghton picks it up. There to pick up the loose ball was Chad Olson, as Montgomery lost the handle going down the lane after a nice dish by McConnell. Now a collision as Houghton moves into forecourt. Walls colliding with Levenis, and Darren Walls going to pick up his second personal foul.
That's second on Darren, team third. Darren tried to jump in the path of, I believe, Leventis, and picked up a blocking foul.
So not a very distinguished effort thus far. 8-4 the score. Waynesburg on top. 15:18 left to play in the first half. And these Highlanders still in the ball game. They trap Merrill over there, and now almost a steal, but Merrill tracks it down in backcourt, brings it into forecourt with the pass to go to Lyles baseline. Baseline turnaround jumper. Lyles, no good, but he's fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line.
Spinning and moving in the paint and drawing the foul on Rob Montgomery, his first, team fourth.
So Lyles will go to the line to get a pair, and he can make it a 2-point basketball game if he can put them both down.
Contrasting styles here, 2 different coaching techniques. One is holding the ball, the other one trapping half court.
Lyles first is good.
So far, Jim Leventis very quiet. He scored 20 up at Houghton, New York on the 25th of January.
Darnell Lyles makes them both. It is an 8-6 basketball game. The Jackets on top as McConnell brings it over the timeline. Now walks it over on the right side, goes to Puskar in the corner. Puskar looks into the lane, nothing there. Top of the key, Hogue. There on bounce pass underneath Montgomery, up and good. Nice power move by Montgomery. Nice dish by Theron Hogue, and it's 10-6 Waynesburg. Here's Houghton right in front of us. Over the timeline it goes. The long pass to Olson. Olson down into the corner. Jumper from the side by Houghton. No good. Rebound Montgomery. Ahead to McConnell. Here's that fast break again. Timmy on the wing to Walls. Good!
Darren Walls really stretched out that time. Put it in and went falling to the ground.
And again, we get a foul called on Walls as he slips and falls on this floor, which may become a little slippery before this night's over because of the heat and humidity that we have. Darren Walls slides in front of Levenis as he tried to bring it up the court, and of course Levenis ran into him. He was Darren Walls was in charge with a foul.
Good point, John. The floor could have some condensation on it throughout the evening due to the warm temperatures outside.
This was a problem last year in the playoffs. We had a warm early March evening, and the floor was just horrendous by the end of the game. Here's a shot from the side, no good. Houghton, rebound Olson, up good. There's that 6'9 freshman. Boy, to hear from him. Finally, off the offensive board, he scores. Jackets quickly into forecourt. Walls stops and pops, no good. Rebound Puskar, outlets it to Montgomery, up and good. Robbie Montgomery's got a half dozen, and it's 14-8 Waynesburg.
Fast-paced game.
Chuck Collins getting set to check in for Waynesburg. First stoppage of play as Houghton brings it into forecourt. Levenis goes into the corner on the right side to Olson, back outside, and Levenis now will dribble back over on the right, try to get something going there. Looks into the lane, high post to Lyles, loses it, and Waynesburg's up with it. Montgomery clears it to McConnell. On the break, McConnell behind the back to Theron Hogue, and it's too hot for Theron to handle. Goes out of bounds, and the Jackets turn it over.
Well, Rudy Marisa up with the familiar stance, arms crossed and wondering what's going on. The Jackets unable to convert on many fast break situations, unable to perform crisp passing as they usually do.
Well, it's hard to be crisp when you're still passing it behind your back. A steal by Hogue at midcourt. Hogue to McConnell. Into the lane. Collins up. No good. He's fouled. Collins will go to the line to shoot 2.
Darnell Lau was in position to block, but Collins had a great body position, and the only thing Lau could do was go over the shoulder, and he did. It'll be a 2-shot chance by Chuck Collins, who come in for Darren Walls. 3 fouls early in the game. At the 14-minute mark, Darren Walls had 3 fouls.
So Chuck Collins at the line. Chucker a 77% free throw shooter on the year. First one's no good. Off the heel. So the best he can do is make it a 7-point Waynesburg lead if he can put the second one down. On the way, and it's no good, off the heel. Rebound Waynesburg. Hogue, turnaround jumper, yes. There on Hogue. We get the two the hard way, and it's 16-8 Waynesburg. 13-10 left to play in the first half. Half-court trap now as Houghton attacks it at midcourt. Levenis with the basketball, brings it over the timeline, down the lane, passes off, baseline, shot up, good by Dick Ryan, just checked into the ball game. He's a big guy, 6'7" senior from Rome, New York. So they got 6'7", 6'9" on the back line now. Do the Highlanders. Waynesburg jumper, Puskar from the side, good. Rick Puskar has 8. He's high man in the basketball game. Jackets lead by 8 again as we're down to 12:45 to go. Into forecourt again comes Levenis, pulls up foul line, goes baseline, jumper from the side, Houghton, no good. Rebound Montgomery, outlet pass goes to Puskar at midcourt, back to McConnell down the lane, dishes it off, Chuck Collins, up, no good. Rebound Houghton. Collins misses the bunny on the end of the fast break. Here's Houghton the other way, and the bounce pass goes to Olson. He walks to the ball as he goes up, and we're going to get a charge in the play. I believe he walked before the charge.
No, it's a charge. John Olson smashing in to Timmy McConnell, who planted himself 6'9" and 5'7". What a matchup.
And Olson will leave the basketball game. Coming in now is Jeff Stedman, a 6'5" freshman. He's out of Greenville, New York.
That's the second on Olson, 4th team foul.
Waynesburg has 5 team fouls as McConnell goes to the baseline to Hogue. Hogue tries to drive the line and is called for charging as he collides underneath with Ryan. And Ryan goes flying, as they say. And the personal foul charged to Theron Hogue.
Theron tried the baseline move, but Rich Ryan was there, so picked up the charge call on Theron Hogue.
So we have a Ryan official and a Ryan on the floor. We're going to get him
Ryan
confused.
is the official, R-I-N-E.
All right, R-Y-A-N is the player.
There's
a shot blocked by Waynesburg. It's Hogue up with a loose ball. Ahead to McConnell, behind the back in the lane. Pass going away by Houghton once again. So that's twice now tonight. Timmy McConnell has thrown it away, coming down the lane with a behind-the-back pass. And look, here comes Kevin Lee, and Tim McConnell's going to get the hook with 11:30 left to play in the first half. Rudy Marisa not at all happy with his senior point guard at this moment. Now Houghton attacking the Waynesburg defense. They go with a bounce pass outside to Lyles. Lyles high posted up to Ryan. Ryan baseline shot up, no good. Follow up, no good. Rebound Montgomery. Ahead to McConnell. McConnell on the fast break. Down the lane, pulls up, fires. It's good. Tim McConnell gets his first bucket of the night. And a chance to give Waynesburg a 10-point lead and a chance to get in the scorebook before he has to take a seat for a while as Kevin Lee is waiting to come in to replace him. Now here's Houghton into forecourt. It's Levenis. Levenis working outside Collins against him. Bounce pass goes over on the right side to Ryan. Ryan with a big guy with a dribble past Hogue. Now pulls up, goes to Lyles. Lyles whistle fouled as he tries to drive the baseline. Foul is on Waynesburg.
Tim McConnell with a grab on the baseline, picking up his second foul. Darren Walls has 3. Theron Hogue 1 foul. Rob Montgomery 1 foul. Rob Montgomery comes out. In comes Derek Samuels. Tim McConnell out. In comes Kevin Lee. So and also Chuck Collins is in. So 3 substitutes, 2 starters still in. Theron Hogue and Rick Puskar.
And the bench, Tim McConnell takes a seat all the way at the end of the Waynesburg bench. He sat down as far away from Rudy Marisa as he could get. At the line to shoot 2 is Lyles. He makes the first.
He's perfect 3 for 3 in this game from the free throw line.
All right, he's actually was shooting 1 and 1. All right, and the second one is good. So it's a 8-point Waynesburg lead again as we're down to 10:45 left to play in the first half. 20-12 score. And the Jackets inbounded. Kevin Lee going to run the attack as they bring it into forecourt. Lee goes to Puskar in the corner, right left side. Jumper good. Puskar from deep in the corner. He's into double figures. First man to reach that plateau this evening. And the Jackets are back on top by 10. Into forecourt now with the basketball is Mike Iglesias, who's just checked in. Another freshman on this team. He's from New York City. And it goes back outside to Merrill. Merrill goes on the wing to Stedman. Stedman bounce pass, almost throws it away, but there to track it down is Chad Olson. Olson out near midcourt. Big 6'9" guy working near midcourt. Finally goes to Ryan. Ryan starts down the lane, pulls up, can't get by Hogue. Has to go to Merrill. Merrill pulls up at the baseline. He'll dribble it back outside as the shot clock goes inside 10 seconds. High post it goes. Here's the turnaround jumper by
Rich Ryan.
Ryan, and it's good. Ryan with 4, and it's 22-14 Waynesburg. Rudy Marisa wants a timeout. 9:47 left to play in the first half. Waynesburg struggling a little bit against Houghton, leading 22-14. We'll be back in a minute.
You're not seeing number 9. You're seeing something else, some strange basketball team.
Yeah.
A very, very strange start. Chris Green's in, so Theron Hogue, the only starter. Rich Puskar goes out. Kevin Lee running the show.
If you just joined us, Tim McConnell was yanked by Rudy Marisa with about 11 minutes to go after some sloppy passes on the fast break. Shot up Waynesburg. Chuck Collins throws up a brick from 18. Rebound goes to Houghton. Into forecourt it comes, and they go into the corner to Merrill on the left side. Little guy will bring it back out with a dribble. Bounce pass goes to Iglesias near midcourt, and Iglesias now brings it over on the left, and they set it up once again with the 2 guards out front. Just pitch and catch between them. Going to shorten up the game as much as they can. I don't blame them. They're only trailing 22-14. That's as close as they've been against Waynesburg all year. Now they put it in play to the big guy Olson on the right side. Look at this. He brings it back out with a dribble. Now goes to Merrill deep in the corner. The give and go is there. So Merrill brings it back out. Now baseline Olson. Right back to Merrill. Merrill jumper top of the key. Short. Rebound Houghton up. No good. Rebound Samuels Waynesburg. Ahead to Lee on the fast break. Kevin Lee goes on the wing to Collins. He drives, shoots. No good. Rebounds loose. Samuels up with it. It's blocked. And Houghton up with a loose ball as Merrill brings it into forecourt. Merrill, top of the key, goes baseline. A drive. Iglesias up and in. Mike Iglesias with his first bucket of the night. And look at this. It's 22-16. Jackets, forecourt, goes to Theron Hogue. Baseline, Chris Green. On the left, back out to the point guard, Lee. Again on the wing on the left side to Green. The baseline, Hogue. Hogue jumper from there, short. Rebound tapped up and out of bounds. It'll be Waynesburg's ball.
Rudy Marisa goes to the bench again for Rich Puskar for the perimeter shooting.
Pushkar's in, and let's see who he goes in for. Chris Green is coming out. And he takes a seat at the end of the bench, and this time Rudy Marisa walks down in to track it down. He's going to have a few words with Chris Green.
Leventis back in for Iglesias.
All right, and the Jackets inbounded. Collins on the outside, now goes to Lee. Lee in the corner, dribbles out to the point, goes to Collins right side on the wing. Chuck back top of the key. Lee, he's open, he shoots, he hits. Kevin Lee's open, takes the jumper from the top of the key, and it's a 24-16 game. Again, backcourt pressure by the Yellow Jackets. Houghton breaks it into forecourt. They go baseline, Merrill, jumper, no, air ball, rebounds loose. Houghton up with it, drive, shot up and good by Ryan. He has a half dozen. It's 24-18. Jackets quickly into forecourt. Here's Puskar in the paint. Loses the ball. Samuels up with it. Fires. It's no good.
So no penalty in on the bonus. The foul, I believe, is on Rick Ryan. It'll be an inbound for the Jackets under their own basket.
Nope. At the line to shoot is Samuels. He'll be apparently going to be shooting 2.
Well,
fouled in the act.
I don't think so.
Okay, you're right, Frank. Everybody lined up there, and they're listening to me when they should have been listening to you, because here we are. We're going to be inbounding it along the baseline. It's Kevin Lee and looks for the inbounds and goes outside to Puskar. Puskar dribbles down in the corner on the right side. Now comes back. Here's a high post Hogue. Turnaround jumper. No good. Rebound Puskar up the block. By Olson, it goes out of bounds. It'll be Waynesburg's ball.
Olson making his presence felt. He's blocked 2 or 3 shots already, and the game's still young.
24-18, the Jackets lead. 7:25 left to go. Here's Collins, top of the key. Waynesburg in and out. Down in the cylinder and popped back out. Rebound goes to Houghton. Ryan pulls it down. Clears it in backcourt to Leventis. Into forecourt it comes to Ryan. He walks with the ball. Ryan saw the lane was open, got so excited, forgot to dribble, and the Jackets get it back. 7:17 left to go in the first half. Kevin Lee moves it into forecourt for Waynesburg, goes to Puskar on the left side, and a foul, reaching in call as Puskar goes by him.
Josh Merrill picking up his second, and that's the team 6, John, so that'll be inbounded.
1 and 1 will be in both ways. Jackets will be inbounding it from the side, right in front of their bench. Lee with the inbounds play. Pass goes out to Puskar. He just shovels it off to Lee, and the sophomore moves it into motion on the right side, and in the corner to Theron Hogue. Back to Lee, fakes the shot, high post Puskar. Ball knocked away, it's loose. Up with a loose basketball is Houghton along the baseline. Almost out of bounds, but they get it to Lyles in time. Lyles into forecourt, long pass Merrill in the corner. Now low post Lyles, shot up and good. Darnell Lyles has 8, and it's 24-21. Houghton has come back within 3. 6:42 left to play in the first half, and the Jackets have again called timeout. Look at this, a 4-point basketball game. It is 24-20 with 6:40 to go. Waynesburg leads. We'll be back in a minute. Back in January, 99-70, a team they'd led by 19 at halftime. Here, with only a little over 6 minutes left to play in the half, they only lead them by 4. And here comes Waynesburg now, putting into play following the Rudy Marisa timeout. And Lee goes to Puskar, down to Samuels in the corner, left side. Back to Lee. He's open. He shoots. It's no good. Rebound taken by Houghton. Lyles up with it. Clears it in backcourt to Ryan. And Ryan, after getting it to Levenis, Houghton moves it into forecourt. Levenis now working against Lee on the outside. Starts in, now pulls up top of the key. Goes to Merrill over on the left. All this happening out near midcourt. Again, it goes on the right side, this time to Olsen, and the big guy clears it to Lyles. Lyles looks inside, but it gets a bounce pass underneath to Levenis. No shot there. Levenis, everything clogged up as soon as he got the ball in the paint. Has to clear it back outside to Merrill. Merrill looks for the lob down low. It goes high post to Olsen. Olsen puts it to the floor. Now goes to Lyles. Baseline drive. Lyles up and in. Darnell Lyles has 10, and it's 24-22 Waynesburg. Jackets into forecourt. Jumper Hogue, good from the foul line. Finally, Theron Hogue stops the bleeding with a 15-foot jumper, and it's 26-22. Now again, token half-court pressure by the Yellow Jackets as Levenis brings it over the timeline. Goes with a bounce pass to Ryan over on the left. Now down low, Merrill all alone on the baseline, puts it up and in. Josh Merrill closes the back door, and it's back to a 2-point basketball game, 26-24. Jackets attacking the Houghton zone. They go baseline. Puskar jumper from the baseline. Good by Rick Puskar, who now has 10. I reported him as 10 earlier. He only had 8. Now he is in double figures. 28-24. Jackets lead again by 4. 4:55 left to play in the half.
They've elected to go man-to-man, John.
All right, so let's see if that will break Waynesburg out of the doldrums a little bit as the Highlanders move against the man-to-man. On the outside with it is Lyles. He goes cross-court on the left to Levenis. Back outside it goes to Ryan on the right. Ryan starts inside, pulls up, tries to get by Hogue, can't do. Back outside Merrill, he's open, he shoots, no good. Rebounds loose out of bounds. It'll be Waynesburg's ball. Samuels had the rebound and lost it. I was afraid it went off of him, but they say no. It is Yellow Jacket basketball. So here's Kevin Lee bringing the ball over the timeline for Waynesburg. Top of the key, pulls up, pops. It's no good. Rebounds deep in the corner, tracked down by Samuels, and it goes out of bounds after Samuels tracked it down. He was stripped of the basketball. It will be Waynesburg's ball, however. Last touch by Lyles for Houghton. Jackets inbounded. Chris Green back into the ball game. Clears it back out to Lee, and the point guard moves it to Green again on the right side. Over on the left to Puskar, in the lane, down low Samuels, foul call. Derek Samuels handling the ball in the lane was fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 1 and 1.
The foul on Darnell Lyles. That's Darnell Lyles for the second foul. Team 7th will be 1 and 1 for Derek Samuels. His first trip to the free throw line tonight for the Yellow Jackets.
Averaging 6 points a ball game, and before we get a foul shot by Samuels, we get a timeout by Houghton. Their first of the night. First half up there, Frank. They're going to have to go some because they led this team by 19 at halftime up at Houghton, New York. Now they lead them by just 4. But look who's back into the ball game. Tim McConnell is back in after being benched by Rudy Marisa after throwing the ball away on the fast break 3 times with behind-the-back passes at the end of the break. Doesn't look too happy, but he's out there playing nonetheless. And here's Derek Samuels at the line for Waynesburg.
Timmy's mad about something, you can tell.
Samuels first is good.
Or he's very intense right now, that's for sure. He's not blinking very much, as they say. Derek Samuels 1 for 1 from the line. The second one's up.
And it's no good. Rebound Houghton pulled down by Olsen. Misses Olsen, big boy, and he clears it in backcourt to Levenis brings it over the timeline with a pass to Lyle. Now the crowd's starting to get into the ball game a little bit. 3:55 left to play in the first half as Houghton again being very deliberate against the Waynesburg man-to-man defense. Outside with the basketball is Levenis. Levenis high posted to Lyles. Lyles to Olsen. Olsen puts it to the floor deep in the corner and walks with the basketball.
Terry Clark in the game for the Yellow Jackets. Checking out will be Derek Samuels.
Well, Derek does a pretty good job in there. A couple of rebounds and a point. He originally came in for Rob Montgomery, who's now also back into the ball game. And here's Tim McConnell running the attack again for Waynesburg, and they bring it into forecourt. They go to Chris Green, back to Puskar. The Jackets in their four-man weave, leading 29-24. McConnell starts inside, pulls up, dishes off baseline Clark. He loses the ball on the way up, but Montgomery gets it back, fires, no good. Rebound Olsen for Houghton. And backcourt to Levenis, and here they come over the timeline. Levenis runs it inside, drives, dishes up, no good. Rebound tapped outside to Lyle, stolen away by McConnell. McConnell one-on-one on the break, pulls up over Merrill, fires, no good. Rebound Puskar, knocked away, and Houghton comes up with it as Merrill pulls it down. Merrill in the corner in the backcourt, finally clears it to Levenis. And over the timeline they come.
Yellow Jackets have missed point-blank range quite a few times, and not as quick to get the ball up and being stripped of the ball when they do get a chance.
Okay, here's Houghton into forecourt. Houghton, that is, with Lyles high posted, and he's fouled up there in the high post area. Somebody got him as soon as he got the pass going for the steal, and Lyles will go to the line 1-1.
Montgomery with his second personal foul of the game. The bonus situation in for both teams with 2:46 remaining in the half, and a very, very low-scoring game for the Yellow Jackets. It's 29-24 in favor of Waynesburg.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Frank, this game's a 2 right now.
That much?
Yeah. Here's Lyles at the line. Good. Darnell has 11 here.
Not for Darnell. He thinks it's a 10.
That's right.
He's having a good time. He's perfect from the free throw line. 5 for 5.
Second one on the way. It's in and out. Tap up, no good. Rebound, Clark. Whistle, foul call.
They're going to try something else. We got a violation, I believe.
All right. A lane violation.
That's right.
Well, it was a missed shot.
Well, it doesn't. They violate the lane, so the shot's disqualified. You don't even get it.
All right. No foul call. That was a lane violation. Spoils the chance for Waynesburg, however. Now they walk it over the timeline as McConnell sets it in motion right side to Clark, and the Jackets back in their four-man weave with Montgomery in the high post. It's Green on the outside. Now Clark comes out to handle the basketball. Puskar with his hands on it. Jackets lead by just 4. 2:20 left to play in the first half. Here's McConnell. Baseline pass to Montgomery. Shot up, no good. Rebounds tapped outside, and Houghton there, Levenis pulls it down. Long pass into forecourt to Lyles. Lyles collides with McConnell. Blocker charge. Charging called on Lyles.
And the coaching staff's up for Houghton. That's their first excitement of the game. Tim McConnell, good defensive play that time. Excellent play by Tim McConnell. Almost. It's a bang-bang call, but Lyles is the guilty party of that. His third. So Darnell might have to take a seat for the last 2 minutes and 11 seconds. And he is. Coming in the lineup will be Bill Greenaway.
Darnell, by far the best athlete on the team that we've seen thus far for Houghton. Jackets inbounded. Here's McConnell screaming over the timeline. Takes it to the baseline. Jumper shot up. McConnell, no good. Rebounds up. Waynesburg up, no good. Tap, no good. Rebound out of bounds. It'll be a foul called on the play.
Chris Green.
So Green picks up a personal foul and will walk to the other end of the floor. And we'll have Houghton shooting 1-1. And look at this. They could go back within 2 points with 2 minutes left to play in the first half.
Totally amazing. Totally amazing. The Yellow Jackets have to be shooting in the 30% area, 31-32% from the floor.
Islanders 2-11. The Jackets 14-0 in District 18. And we have a 4-point ball game with 2 minutes left to play in the first half. At the line, 1-1, up good by Olsen. He'll get the bonus.
Chad got the big bounce off the back of the heel, and then it went straight through. 6'9" freshman. Look out, 3 more years of this fella.
Whoa. Next one on the way. It's again high off the heel and drops through. So 2 friendly bounces that time, and it's a 2-point ball game. Jackets quickly into forecourt. Puskar to the baseline. Shot wasn't there. Goes back to Clark. Clark in the lane. Turns. Fires up. No good, but he's fouled.
He took it right to him and into the paint. And we'll see the foul's on. Yes, it is. And it's on Bill Greenaway. I believe, if I remember the trip to New York, Bill was a little foul prone. He took care of that angle real well. I believe he fouled out, matter of fact. Yes, Bill Greenaway did foul out of that game. So, and he came in off the bench. So, very foul-prone guy.
At the line, Clark, 1 and 1, no. Joe shooting 2. First one, no good. How about that? Even the foul shooting has gone south. Everything is taken off tonight. Clark second on the way. It's no good. Rebound taken by Houghton. Pulled down by Ryan. Clears it in backcourt to Greenway. Bounce pass into the lane. Stolen away by Waynesburg. Montgomery on the steal. Into forecourt off the inbounds play, leading by just 2 with 1:10 left to play in the first half. Here's Clark in the corner on the right side for Waynesburg. Back to Puskar, top of the key, right back to Clark. Clark starts inside. Terry baseline drive, blocked. Rebound, Green, good. Chris Green off the block shot, puts it down. His first bucket of the night, 33-29. Jackets.
Chris Green, tremendous on the boards, offensive boards that time, getting a deflection.
Again, a backcourt problem for Levenis, but he breaks the trap. Long pass to Merrill. He's open. A jumper, no good. Rebound, Waynesburg. Outlet pass to McConnell. Jackets on the run. Timmy pulls up at the foul line. Baseline, Green loses the ball. McConnell gets it back. Starts inside. Goes to the baseline. Jump shot, no good, and he's hammered. McConnell will go to the line to shoot 2.
Just even the shot selection today isn't quite right, is it, John? It's a little different. And Bill Greenaway's been in for 30 seconds, has 2 fouls. He's at it again.
Well, we just don't have. It's like your car when only 3 cylinders are running. That 4th cylinder just won't fire. You know how well your car runs when that happens. That's about the way the Jackets are performing here tonight. Not all the cylinders, not all the spark plugs work. Little tune-up required at halftime. Hope Rudy Marisa brought his tools with him. At the line, McConnell, shooting 2, first one good.
That was a nice shot by Tim from the foul line. Good release. Maybe a wake-up call for him at halftime. Houghton came to play. They're not watching the Jackets. They're playing.
No.
They're blocking shots.
You think they're impressed with our 9th ranking, Frank?
Well, they want to beat
They
us.
don't care. They sure do. McConnell makes them both, 35-29. Again, half-court trap by the Yellow Jackets as Levenis works against McConnell. In trouble over there a little bit, looking for somebody. McConnell picks his pocket. Steal the other way. McConnell behind the back in the lane. Green up and good!
Now you're talking there's Yellow Jackets basketball.
37-29. 14 seconds left to play in the first half. And let's see if Houghton can get one more shot off. No, here's a steal by Waynesburg. McConnell up with it. 5 seconds to go. Now goes long to Clark. Lays it up and in. Terry Clark at the buzzer. Off the dish by McConnell. The Jackets have exploded for 8 points in the last 20 seconds of the first half and lead it now by 10, 39-29. And we'll be back in 3 minutes after this 3-minute timeout.
Happening, and then when they did try something, it seemed to force.
Okay, so the original starting lineup back out onto the floor to start the second half. It's McConnell and Rawls, Puskar, Hogue, and Montgomery for the Yellow Jackets. Hogue will inbound it to get the second half underway here at College Gym.
No special defense. They're just out in the old zone.
Okay, so now a little half-court trap, and Houghton bothered by it. Merrill right in front of us almost has it knocked away. Still in trouble, almost a steal, but he gets it away to Levenis. Levenis back to Merrill. Merrill along the baseline to Olsen deep in the corner. Long cross-court pass underneath, back door up and good. The cross-court pass was to Levenis. He saw Darnell Lyles all alone underneath, hit him with a strike, and Houghton scores first to start the second half. It's 39-31, Waynesburg, as the Jackets go to work against the Houghton zone. Here's McConnell to Puskar on the wing. Jumper good. Rick Puskar, 18-foot jumper to get the attack underway of the second half. He has a dozen, and it's back to a 10-point Waynesburg advantage. Full court pressure now by the Highlanders. Breaking the pressure is Lyles. Now underneath Merrill, up and good. The full court pressure is leaving Houghton loose underneath. This time it was Merrill floating free, and it's 41-33. Here's McConnell in a forecourt for Waynesburg. The Walls outside jumper. Darren Walls, no good. Rebound taken by Houghton. Olsen clears it in backcourt to Levenis. Levenis through the traffic into forecourt, pulls up, pops foul line, jumper good. Jim Leventis off the glass, 41-35.
Leventis had 20 points, and a lot of them in the second half out to New York.
Here's McConnell wide open outside, takes the jumper, no good. Rebound, Houghton, here we go. This is Lyles into forecourt on the break, pulls up, fires, and it's good. Off the glass, now Lyles puts it in. He has 15. It's 41-37. Houghton is crept back in within 4 of the Yellow Jackets. They had a 10-point halftime lead. So again, Jackets delivered up the floor as McConnell walks it over the timeline, goes to Walls, into the corner. Hogue, jumper, no. Rebound taken by Olsen for Houghton. And now the Highlanders can go back within 2 if they can get a bucket with this possession. We've used 2 minutes of the second half. They go into the corner. Merrill, long one-hander, good. Merrill from deep in the corner. 10 points for him, 41-39. And Waynesburg, long pass off the inbound, Puskar up and in.
Alley-oop to Puskar. Nice lob pass by Tim McConnell.
From midcourt, he lobbed it underneath the Puskar, and as Frank described it, the alley-oop, 43-39. Here's Houghton, forecourt, underneath Olsen, lays it up and in.
And he moved to the left hand that time. Nice move by Olsen.
43-41, tight ball game at College Gym tonight. Jackets, forecourt, McConnell, top of the key, goes to Walls. Walls, jumper, in and out. Rebound, Lyles for Houghton. And now they can tie the ball game with a score of this possession. Into forecourt they come. Outside jumper, no good. Rebounds loose, Walls up with it. Ahead to McConnell. Here comes the fast break. Long pass to Puskar up. No good. Missed the bunny. No foul call. And the rebound goes to Houghton. And Merrill brings it into forecourt. Merrill pulls up now, goes cross-court to Lyles. Starts inside, walks to the basketball. So Darnell Lyles with the turnover.
The good defense that time by the Yellow Jackets, causing the turnover by Lyles. They're going to start to tighten up, I hope, because right now, Houghton is having their own way on the running game, and without any trouble at all, they're scoring.
43-41, Waynesburg lead. Jackets have led throughout this game, but not by much. Here's McConnell from outside, good. Timmy, a jumper, 18 feet. He has 8. 45-41. Now again, the half-court trap by Waynesburg. Past the trap comes Leventis. Leventis pulls up at the foul line, dribbles through a trap, and now goes to Lyles. Lyles right back to Leventis near midcourt. He backpedals, and Hogue will deliberately set it up again against the Waynesburg zone defense. Take the lob down low. Now pitch and catch. Merrill and Leventis, the 2 guards, on the outside as they watch the shot clock. Now into the lane. Lyles, jumper, blocked. Lyles gets it back, puts it up, blocked again. Montgomery, both blocked. Clears it to McConnell. Fast break, McConnell. Dishes up. Puskar up, good.
That time it was a double block, and Hogue had the first one, Montgomery the second.
47-41. Jackets lead. We've used 4 minutes of the second half. Here's Houghton into forecourt. A ball knocked away from behind, but it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Waynesburg. It'll be Houghton's ball. Tim McConnell got behind Merrill to knock the ball away, but Darren Walls diving for the loose ball. Couldn't hold on. It went out of bounds.
Nice try by Darren Walls. Leaping, diving after the ball.
Houghton inbounds it deep into the corner on the other side to Greenway. Greenway on the right brings it back out near midcourt to Merrill. Merrill calls for Leventis. Now goes with a bounce pass to him. And the 2 guards again, pitch and catch on the perimeter of the Waynesburg zone. Everyone just kind of standing around for Houghton now as they let the shot clock wind down once again, trying to shorten the game up as much as they can, trailing by just 6. They go now on the right side as they move the ball in motion to Greenway, to Merrill in the corner, fakes the shot, brings it back outside, long cross-court pass to Mentris, shot up, and it's no good. Rebound taken by Houghton, and it's up and good by Leventis. Leventis following his own missed shot that time, 47-43. Here's Jackets, forecourt, McConnell goes to Puskar on the wing, to the baseline, drive, shoots, good, no good, and he's fouled. It hit the rim, bounced up high in the air and fell off, but Puskar will go to the line to shoot 2, fouled in the end.
That time he took it right into Olsen, and Olsen was no match for Richard Puskar, who really put a nice fake on. Olsen went for it and drove right into him. Rich almost getting a 3-point play, but the ball just ricocheting out. So Rich...
All right, I'm sorry, Frank. That's 3 on the big guy.
He'll go up for a 2-shorter, though. Yeah, 3 on that 6'9 freshman. That's a big move. Here come some high school players in, John, from some Thursday night girls action, I'm sure.
And Pushkar's first around the rim and in. It went all the way around a 360 and went down. Speaking of high school, a couple of high school games coming up on WANB next week. Tuesday night, the Waynesburg Central High School boys playoff game will be on this very radio station. And then Wednesday night, the girls game. Puskar misses the second. The rebound's loose. Up with it is Walls, up and in. So a three-point play the hard way as Darren Walls finally puts it through. He has scored. It's 50-43. Now backcourt pressure by the Yellow Jackets. Lyles goes to Levinas. Levinas trapped at midcourt. Clears it finally to Greenway. Greenway looks inside. Looks confused. Ball knocked loose. Greenway gets it back on the floor. Now Montgomery steals for Waynesburg. To Hogue. Ahead to Walls on the break. Walls in the lane. Drive. Shoots. No good, but he's fouled. Darren Walls, a little playground kind of a move as he went in on the break, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. The ball did not drop down.
That was the proper description that time, a playground move, and Leventis fell for it and moved into Walls, who made just tremendous moves in the point guard game Tuesday night. Wow, what a freshman.
So Darren will shoot two from the line, 74% on the season. The third best free throw shooter on the team. And the first one's no good. Well, the Jackets just continue to have problems. Leading by 7 here, 14:37 left to go in the ball game. Second by Walls on the way, good. That's 5 this evening for him, 51-43. Again, we have the backcourt pressure by the Yellow Jackets, and Levinas clears it almost to midcourt to Merrill. Now they break the timeline with a pass to Lyles. Lyles to Levinas, they throw it away. Long pass from Lyles to Levinas. Cross court, too high for the 5'11 Levinas to handle. Jackets inbounded. Here's McConnell into forecourt, pulls up now as he saw the lane was clogged, and now backpedals near midcourt, and they'll set something up.
On the throw-in pass, Darren Walls acted as though he was going to throw the ball real long, and he let it go, and by accident, Tim McConnell lucky to get it back.
Here's Walls' jumper from way outside, no good. Jackets just standing around that possession. Off the rebound, fast break, Houghton up and good. Merrill on the money end. He has a dozen, and it's 51-45. That last possession, Frank, everybody from Waynesburg just standing around. Now into forecourt comes McConnell, goes to Walls, in the lane, Montgomery loses it out of bounds. Sleeping in the lane, Montgomery never saw the pass coming from Walls, lost the handle, and Houghton will get it right back with a chance to come back within 4. Again, we get the half-court pressure by the Yellow Jackets, but Houghton not bothered by it at all. In the forecourt, they come with a long pass to Ryan. Ryan through the lane, now dishes it off to Levinas, and he'll bring it back outside. Work from the point, and now waltz over on the right. Here comes Merrill on the left, and they go pitch and catch once again. 51-45, the Jackets lead. We're down to 13:25 left to play in the contest. And here is Lyle on the outside. Back into the corner to Levinas. Jumper from deep in the corner, no good. Rebound Hogue for Waynesburg. Clears it to McConnell. Long pass to Puskar on the break. Underneath Walls, good. Well, that's a patented Waynesburg fast break. The high-tech show there as Walls on the money end gets the two, and it's 53-45. Here comes Levinas quickly in the forecourt for Houghton. Sees some traffic in the lane and shies away, comes back near midcourt. Now to Lyles deep into the corner to Greenway. He's open, doesn't shoot. Back to Merrill. Down along the baseline. Ryan up shot, no good. Rebound Hogue. Outlet to McConnell for Waynesburg. Here comes the fast break. Along the lane to Walls, up and good. Darren Walls up a nice dish by McConnell that time.
Exact sense. The dish was beautiful that time. Darren Walls extended himself right perfect in.
Jackets by 10. Jumper Houghton, no. Rebounds loose. Montgomery has it for Waynesburg. Ahead to McConnell. Jackets have a 4-on-2 break. They go to Montgomery. Good! He's fouled! Ralph Montgomery fouled on the money end of the fast break. He'll go to the line with a chance for a three-point play.
And Darnell Lyles picks up his 4th of the game. That is up, and David Jack is up, really giving it to Rich Ryan. Rich Ryan's had it from both sides tonight, so you can say he's going them both ways, John.
And we get a timeout called by Houghton. 12-19 left in the ball game. Waynesburg 57, Houghton 45 feet back, and a mop's good. Darren Walls with 11. That's a little 10-foot stop and pop. 64-45, Jackets lead.
Excellent move by Darren Walls to the left side.
At the top of the key now in forecourt for Houghton is Jim Levenis. Levenis with a bounce pass over on the wing on the right side to Greenway. Greenway working against Puskar, looking down low, nothing there. Tries to get by Puskar, can't, finally has to shovel it off to Levenis, who'll back it up near midcourt.
Jackets remain in the man-to-man, John. They just stay with it.
Levenis trying to get by Walls, can't do it, shovels it off to Oldham. Now stolen away by Walls. Walls into forecourt. Walls bounce pass in the lane, Samuels loose. Samuels picks it up, shoots, blocked. Loose ball picked up by Houghton, and it's out of bounds. Levenis picked up the loose ball, dribbled it on the baseline. Jackets will get it back. Samuels was blocked that time with a big 6'9", Chad Olson. So Waynesburg will inbound it at their end of the floor. Looking to extend the lead to 21 with a bucket this possession. They go to Samuels in the corner, back out the Walls, around the horn, Puskar. Puskar, jumper 15 feet, no. Follow Puskar, good. A 15-foot jumper, and he followed it with a tap. 19 tonight for Rick.
And he's been doing that.
66-45, Jackets lead. Here's Houghton again into forecourt, handling the basketball now as a new guy just checked in, Brad Starkweather. Another freshman has it stolen away by Waynesburg. Puskar off the steal into forecourt, dishes off Walls, but traveling called into play. Puskar called for traveling before the dish to Walls, and we have an injured Highlander on the play following that steal back at the other end of the floor. This is Ryan, who's going to lip off to the side. Will he stay in or not? He's going to try to walk it off, but I believe Dave Jack's going to have to take him out. Let's see. No, he's going to stay in.
Momentary pause. You're allowed to keep the player in the game. Any kind of delay, if you go out on the floor to check him out or do anything like that, you must substitute.
All right. Off the inbounds play, Houghton brings it into forecourt, and a steal by Kevin Lee right in front of us, and a long pass to Walls on the break, up and good. Nice assist by Kevin Lee following the steal right in front of us. A half-court pass to Walls. It was a strike, and Darren laid it in at 68-45.
Darren Walls is an athlete.
7:55 left to play in the game. Here's Houghton. The drive shot up good by Ryan. Dick Ryan has 8 tonight. Jackets quickly into forecourt off the inbounds play. They go to Walls. He pulls up on the left side out there on the wing. Lets everybody catch up. Now goes to Lee at the point, and they set it in motion. Puskar to Walls as the Jackets into their 5-man 8 with 7:35 left to go, leading 68-47. Lee to Puskar, all this happening on the outside. Now Walls comes out to take command for a moment. Goes to Theron Hogue, back to Lee as they wind the shot clock down. And over to Puskar along the baseline. He drives, stops, pops, no. Rebound is loose, out of bounds. Waynesburg's ball. Samuels battling with Olson under there. Olson the loser that time as it goes out of bounds off of him.
Derek in for Theron Hogue, who's going to get the rest of the game, and excellent game out of Theron Hogue again.
7:18 left to go in the game. Jackets on top, 68-47. And the inbounds pass is knocked away by Houghton, so the Jackets inbounded again. Underneath, shot up good. Clark, and a foul call.
Terry can play basketball. You better believe it. That's tough to keep him out of the lineup. He is hot right now.
He was right under the basket off the inbounds play. Made a nifty move as he floated just a couple of feet along the baseline after putting it to the floor. Then took it up. Shot went down. He was fouled at the line with a chance for a three-point play.
Well, Chad Olson, his first trip to Waynesburg ends a little bit early with 7:17 remaining to the game. He commits his 5th personal foul.
So as they await the replacement for Olson, Terry Clark is standing at the line awaiting the ball with a chance to shoot his three-point play. Substitutions now as Puskar comes out for Waynesburg, and Chuck Collins comes in to replace him. Lyles also checking back in with 4 personal fouls for Dave Jack and the Highlanders. Meantime, the sophomore from Peabody High, Terry Clark, is a 69% free throw shooter, averaging just under 5 points a ball game off the bench. And the three-point play is good. 71-47. Waynesburg is now taking command and can coast the rest of the way. And Houghton makes it even easier as Lyles turns it over as he just kind of lazily trotted over the timeline, called for the palm. A little carelessness there, and the Jackets get it back. Lee inbounds it in forecourt to Clark. Clark working against Lyles over there. They try to trap him, gives it to Lee. Lee drives, pulls up, baseline, Walls, jumper short. Follow good, Clark. Clark on the follow. Missed shot by Walls, 73-47.
Terry Clark playing great basketball off the bench.
You never know this was a 2-point ball game, 16 minutes to go. A steal by Lee ahead to Walls. Walls to Collins. Good! Chuck Collins finally breaks the scoring column at 75-47. So the Jackets just having their way now with the Highlanders as we come down the stretch. Into forecourt, Merrill deep in the corner. The lob down low to Lyles, knocked away. Waynesburg up with it. Samuels clears it to Lee. Lee, you're leading the fast break. Lobs it underneath. Alley-oop. Walls missed the stuff, but it goes back out to Lee. Jumper Lee, good! Yeah, Kevin Lee, a 20-footer after the missed slam dunk by Walls. Caromed right into his hands. He was all alone. He said, why not? And pumped it in. 77-47. Houghton to drive a shot up. No good, but a foul called on the play. It's going to be a charge against Houghton. That's Dick Ryan called for the charge underneath the Houghton basket.
His second personal, 30-point lead by the Jackets, 77-47 as they broke it open. Houghton unable to score. Only with 2:12 they had 45. 2:19 they had 45 points. They only have 47 now with 6:02 remaining.
Here's a shot up, no good by Lee following a drive. He was fouled. He'll probably go to the line. Repeat. If you just joined us, believe it or not, this was with about something like 16 minutes to go. This was a 2-point basketball game. And the Jackets now lead by 30 with 6 minutes to go. And Lee will be at the line to shoot 2. Kevin Lee.
Kevin Lee, tremendous Charleroi High School. A sophomore, had a lot of bench time last year, beginning to play a little more this year, substituting for Tim McConnell, and looks better every game as Chris Green gets ready to check in.
Lee makes the first.
And Kevin has been in Kansas City once. He knows what it's like. And going out of the game is Darren Walls.
All right, we'll be announcing the Midtown Auto Sales Player of the Game a little later on tonight as Lee makes the second. So that's 6 tonight for Kevin Lee. And here comes Houghton into forecourt. Houghton, that is. Into the corner it goes to Merrill. Merrill brings it back outside with a dribble. Now goes cross court to Starkweather. Right back to Merrill. Looks down low, but there's nothing there. The lane is clogged. Cross court pass over the zone to Starkweather. Back to Merrill. 20-foot jumper, no. Rebounds loose. And Collins tracks it down in the corner, but it's stolen away underneath the Lyles, up and good. Lyles all alone under the basket, got the pass and then put it in. Jackets quickly to forecourt and a shot up good by Green off the inbounds play. The patented Waynesburg fast break off the inbounds play. Caught him sleeping and Green pumped it in. Now a shot Lyles from way outside. Hits for Houghton. That's 19 tonight for him and it's 81-51. Hot and heavy action here despite the score. Jackets underneath. Clark up and good. Kevin Lee hit him with a marvelous assist. Just a marvelous assist through traffic, a crisp pass, and behind-the-back layup by Kevin Clark on the money end.
Spectacular, beautiful pass, Kevin Lee.
I called it Kevin Clark. It's Terry Clark and Kevin Lee, and a whistle away from the ball as Houghton works it on the right side against the Waynesburg zone. Foul called on the Yellow Jackets.
Darnell Lyles, I believe. Oh, okay, it's on 14. And I don't have another 14, John. You have to help me.
Well, I don't either. For Waynesburg?
No, oh yeah, okay. That's on Waynesburg. Sorry, yeah. Kevin Lee picks up the foul.
Oh, wait. Houghton inbounds it, shot outside, no good. Rebounds tapped out near midcourt, and Merrill tracks it down for the Highlanders. Stop and pop, 15-footer, no good. Rebound taken by Houghton. Houghton stolen away by Clark. Into forecourt it comes to Lee. Lee down the lane, lays it up, blows it, but he's fouled. Lee could not make the money, but he will go to the line for 2.
Picking up the foul is Brad Starkweather, his first. So all the substitutes are in now for both teams, except for Darnell Lyles, who continues to play, and Josh Merrill. Houghton, unofficial statistics so far, is guilty of 30 turnovers.
Lee at the line to shoot 2, makes the first. And most of those in the second half. This was a 10-point game at halftime. And the Highlanders cut it to 2 after the intermission. Lee makes them both. He has 8. 85-51. People are going to read this score tomorrow, Frank, and have no idea what kind of game this was. 4:15 left to go in the contest. Jackets on top comfortably as Houghton goes to work against the zone defense. They go low post to Stedman. Shot blocked. Up with a loose ball is Lee. Lee walks to the basketball, turns it over, running the fast break as he tried to shovel it off to Samuels coming in on the wing, and the turnover will go to Hogue.
Glacius comes in, Mike Glacius.
Just over 4 minutes left to play in the game. Saturday night, it'll be Pitt Bradford here for the regular season finale. Airtime 7:40, 8 o'clock game. Playoffs start a week from tomorrow, the 28th, here, probably against Bradford again. There's Houghton in deep into the corner to Lyles over the right side. Back out around the horn it comes, and Glacius has it on the left. Goes along the baseline. Lyles walks with the ball. Got the pass deep in the corner. Tried to go by his man along the baseline. Turned it over. Jackets lead 85-51. Here's Lee into forecourt for Waynesburg. High post Samuels. Baseline pass to Clark. Lobs it down low to Samuels on the give and go. Spoiled. Knocked away by Houghton. Up with a loose basketball is Greenway. And now they bring it over the timeline to Merrill in the corner. Jumper partially blocked with a foul called. Going for the block. Samuels did get the ball, but he also got a pretty good hunt of a 5'10 Josh Merrill, and he'll go to the line.
It's only the third foul, John. And it was after the shot, so they might give it an inbound.
Timeout, Rudy Marisa, 3:22 left. Waynesburg 85, Houghton 51. We'll be back in a minute.
And now, Midtown Auto Sales brings you everything you ever wanted.
Hello, I'm your host for this commercial. You know, I was out car shopping today, and I looked at a car that was so small.
How small was it?
It was so small, I put the key in the door and broke the window on the other side. And the money they wanted for this car, I would have had to take out a loan with my ex-wife. But, you know, I finally found a dealer with everything, and here's Mr. Announcer Person to tell you about it.
Hi, I'm Mr. Announcer Person for Midtown Auto Sales, inviting you to see our great lineup of 1986 Subarus, including the new XT Coupe, the new DL, the GL10, and we've got a super selection of Ram Tough Dodge trucks, too. Right now, we're offering special deals on all our cars. See Midtown Auto Sales.
Yes, friends, their selection of cars is so big, why, it's bigger than Dolly Parton's Fan Club.
Midtown Auto Sales, 47 East Green Street in Waynesburg, where shoppers become buyers. Celebrity voice impersonations.
Okay, we are back, and they have named the Midtown Auto Sales player of the game, and after much discussion here along Press Row, the veterans have prevailed, and we have a lot of fun with this every game anyway. Rick Puskar has been named the Midtown Auto Sales Player of the Game. Midtown will donate $100 to the Yellow Jacket Booster Club Scholarship Fund in honor of Rick's performance tonight, and we thank Midtown Auto Sales for their support of the program all year long, not only for their Player of the Game award each game, but also for their sponsorship of the broadcast on WANB. Again, Puskar, the Midtown Auto Sales Player of the Game tonight. 85-51, Jackets lead. Houghton with the ball. On the outside with the basketball is Glacius. Glacius goes to Merrill deep in the corner. Now high post to DeHeer, who's just checked in, and a whistle as DeHeer handles the ball for the first time. We get a foul called on Houghton. 3-second violation against the Highlanders. So with 3 minutes left to play in the basketball game, Tony Ellis, who's just checked in, brings it over the timeline for Waynesburg. Lee, 25-footer, air ball. Rebound, Chris Bills, good. Chris Bills on the follow of the wild shot by Lee. And Bills is in the scorebook, 87-51. Into the corner to Merrill for Houghton. He'll just trot it back outside, go cross court with it down on the right side to Greenway. Into the lane to DeHeer, stolen away by Bills for Waynesburg. Ahead to Ellis. Ellis puts it up, no good, and they call walking on the play. Ellis got a little out of control going down the lane. Don't really know what happened there, Frank. He just there wasn't anybody around him. He just sort of lost it and went flying into the bleachers, and they call walking on the play. So now, with the score still 87-51, Houghton again into forecourt. They go over on the right side to DeHeer. And he checks in the lane, looking for the lob. Not there. Has to go back out to Glacius, top of the key. He goes to Merrill. They put it in motion right side Greenway. Greenway lobs it back cross court to Iglesias. To Merrill in the corner. Low post. Shot up. No, it's good, but it won't count. Foul before the shot. That shot up and good by Stedman, but Jeff will go to the line instead. No, he won't either. Foul before the shot. That's only the 15th foul in Waynesburg, so they'll inbound it from the baseline. And they do so inside to Stedman, stolen away by Clark, but he stepped out of bounds. Terry Clark stepped in front of Stedman to steal the ball on the inbounds pass, but had a sneaker, perhaps just a toe, on the baseline, and the Highlanders get it right back. And they come outside to Iglesias, right back to Merrill, pops from the corner, good. Josh Merrill with 14, 87-53. Waynesburg into forecourt, they throw it away. The long lob from Kevin Lee at midcourt, trying to hit, I believe that was Chris Bills on the money end of the fast break. The lob was way too high for him, and it goes out of bounds. So Houghton will inbound it in backcourt with no pressure at all. A minute 51 left to play in the game as Iglesias brings it over the timeline. They go to right side, back to Iglesias, top of the key, looks down low, nothing there. Tahir handling it on the right. Iglesias again, top of the key, over on the left to Merrill, 25-footer, no. Rebound Ellis for Waynesburg. As the fast break underway, Ellis to Lee. Lee drive, shoots, no good, but a foul called on the play. So how about that? Little Ellis and little Lee leading the fast break, and on the money end of it, Lee couldn't make the shot, but he'll go to the line for two.
Josh Merrill picking up his 4th foul for the Houghton Highlanders. Houghton Highlanders.
Say that fast 3 times.
I said it twice.
I want to hear
Highlanders. Houghton Highlanders. That's enough.
All right. Yeah, you're right. 1:33 left in the game as people are heading for the exits now. Lee makes the first. He could be in double digits if he puts the second one down.
He's perfect 5 for 5 from the charity stripe.
On the way, good. 89-53. Jackets over their average, averaging just a little over 86 a ball game coming into tonight. Here's a shot up and good by Tahir for Houghton. That's his first bucket. He's from Bellevue, Washington, long way from home. Here's Waynesburg, shot up off the inbounds fast break, goes out of bounds, knocked out of bounds, they say, by the Jackets, so Houghton inbounds it as Waynesburg peels back in the zone. 1:08 left to play in the game. Merrill on the right wing to Tahir, cross court to Iglesias, to Merrill along the baseline. In the lane, shot up good by Stedman, Jeff Stedman, his first bucket. Jackets quickly into forecourt. Terry Clark loses his dribble. Loose ball, they battle for it. We're going to get a held ball called. Ellis battling forward over there with Houghton. And off the alternate possession, Houghton will inbound it from the side at their end of the floor. The inbounds goes to Bills. Turnaround jumper, good. Chris Bills from the high post turns and pops. He has 4. It's 91-57. 45 seconds left in this one. And a foul by Waynesburg. Kevin Lee draws a whistle as he works against Iglesias near midcourt. Called for the block, and Iglesias, well, no, he will not go to the line. That's only team foul number of 6 on Waynesburg. So Saturday night, Pitt Bradford will be here to wind up the regular season. The playoffs start a week from tomorrow. And I'd say this year, Frank, if I were a fan, I'd get my tickets in advance. Shot up from the side, no good. Merrill, rebound, Houghton up and good by Tahir. 91-59. Jackets, forecourt. J.P. Griffiths, jumper, no. Rebound through Griffiths' legs, and battling for it is Iglesias and Griffith battle, and they say held ball call off the alternate possession. Jackets will inbound it from the side.
John, they called a foul. One official called
they did?
ball, and Rich Ryan called a foul over the back.
Oh, all right. I was watching the wrong guy. So over the back foul called. That's the 6-team foul in Waynesburg. They only had 5 earlier when we said 6. And with 15 seconds to go, Houghton inbounds it. In the lane it goes. Shot up to here, no good. Rebound Houghton. Stedman up with it. It is good. That is Janke. That's not Stedman. Now Waynesburg, 4 seconds to go. Inbounds it. Houghton steals. Here's Merrill dribbling, trying to get a shot off at the buzzer. Cannot do it. And that is the end of the ball game. This one comes to kind of a merciful conclusion but the score is not indicative of the kind of game it was. Waynesburg led by just 10 at halftime. Early into the second half, the Highlanders cut the Waynesburg lead to 2, and finally the Jackets got all the engines running and finally pulled away to win it handily. 91-61 the final score. Let's take this 3-minute timeout, and then we'll be back to wrap it up. Last game score figured it up, where Jackets were actually one better here against Houghton than they were up there. Jackets won that game by 29, and they won this game by 30. But like I said, people are going to see this score tomorrow and think, oh man, what a laugher. It was nothing like that at all. The score is no way indicative of the kind of game it was. Houghton was in this ball game with 16 minutes to go. And finally the Jackets just wore them down. I guess they ran out of horses, not enough horses. All right, Frank's chomping at the bit to talk about this thing and get to the book, so let's go to him. Frank?
That's exactly right. With about 16 minutes to go, a guy named Darren Walls got hot. He had 4 steals, scored 10 unanswered points, and I felt played just so strong. He only had 13 points in the game. He wasn't a high scorer. Rich Puskar was high scorer. We'll talk about the Yellow Jackets in just a minute. The visiting Highlanders from Houghton College in Houghton, New York. If you wonder where that's at, it's around 75 miles southwest of Syracuse and southeast of Buffalo, and just below Lake Erie. And when we have inches of snow, they have feet of snow. I was told they measured by feet, John. We're going to go Josh Merrill with 14 and 2 points for Mike Gleason. Darnell Lau, strong game for Darnell. He fouled out. No, he didn't. He had 4 fouls. I'll hit with that one. Darnell, 19 points in the game. Jim Leventis, 4 points. Big difference there. He had 20 up in Houghton. And 4 points for Bill DeTier. Bill with 2 field goals in the second half. Rich Ryan had 8 points, 6 in the first half, 2 in the second half. Chad Olson was in the ball game. He had 4 points in the first half, only 2 in the second half. He was a perfect 2 for 2 from the free throw line for his 6 points. Chuck Janke came in, scored the final field goal, and Goff Stedman had also a field goal in the second half. As a team, the Houghton Highlanders shot 7 for 7 in the first half and 7 for 7 in the game. They did not shoot a free throw in the second half, and the reason is they turned the ball over and never got it inside to do so. Now, the next part, Rudy Maurice's Yellow Jackets, Tim McConnell in with 9 points. He had a 3 for 4 from the foul line evening. And Darren Walls in with 13, had a super stint there where he blocked some shots, stole the ball, and nearly had a gigantic slam, just missing it. 8 points for Theron Hogue in the game. Rich Puskar, player of the game, 19 points, 3 for 4 from the free throw line. He had 10 points in the first half and 9 points in the second half. So tremendous consistency for Rich Puskar the whole ball game. Really played a nice game after coming off a mediocre performance in Point Park. I'm sure he's pleased with this one. Rob Montgomery, another fine output, double figures, 10 points this evening. He had 4 for 5 from the free throw line. Derek Samuels, only 1 point tonight, but made his presence known. Chuck Collins had a pair, 2 points, 1 field goal in the second half. He was 0 for 2 from the foul line. Terry Clark, 9 points in the game off the bench. Real good stint, 1 for 3 from the foul line. 6 points for Chris Green. He did not shoot a foul shot. Kevin Lee, 10 points, double figures for Kevin. He was 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Very strong coming in to replace Tim McConnell. I would say that so far that for Kevin Lee, one of his finer outings against Houghton here today. Chris Bills was in with a pair of field goals in the second half for 4 points. Tony Ellis and J.P. Griffin played, but they did not score. Again, the high score for Waynesburg College and their 91 points was Rich Puskar, and the Jackets as a team shot 18 for 27 in the free throw area, and it's 91-61, John, the Yellow Jackets, and they're looking for another team from the north to come down and visit on Saturday called Pitt Bradford. The Panthers are in town.
Okay, and just a reminder before we get to that the playoffs start a week from tomorrow, and as I said during the play-by-play as we were winding things down, if I had to buy tickets to get in to see Waynesburg in the playoffs, I would, this year in particular, I would buy them in advance because the crowds have been better than usual the last 3 or 4 home games, and I imagine as the playoffs do arrive, crowds will be very large, and if you you really, just to assure yourself of getting in, you got to get your tickets in advance for that. They'll go on sale sometime next week. We'll let you know on WANB. Okay, that pretty much wraps it up here. Jackets have won their 15th straight. They are now 23-1, 15-0 in District 18. Final score again here tonight, Waynesburg 91, Houghton 61. This has been a WANB Sports exclusive.